Okay, so I wasn't going to do another video this week, but something weird happened that I want to show you guys and I want to kind of talk to you about it. With one of our corn snakes. If you saw on her Instagram, she actually laid an infertile clutch of eggs. I'll have to go back and count how many of them there were, but she did lay an infertile clutch of eggs. And it kind of goes along with what I'm going to tell you about Dane, an update on him, our male corn snake that we bought to pair with her. Since he's a proven breeder, Rosalie's a proven breeder, the corn snake that laid the infertile eggs. I'm going to kind of talk to you about what's been going on with him, why I'm disappointed, and just give you a little bit of a story on what's going on with them. Basically, unfortunately, Dane is still not better from his respiratory infection, which is what we suspect he has. He went through the 10 rounds of antibiotic shots every 72 hours. It's been 2 or 3 weeks since he's finished those shots, and he's not better. So I had to call the vet again and ask, what's the plan going forward? Do we need to bring him back? What do we need to do? And there's these drops that we're going to be giving him through his nose to help with inflammation. He's still got the sniffles, and we're really not sure. Like, he's a 10-year-old snake. We knew that. We're not sure if he's had a history of being ill throughout his life, if that's something that the breeder knew about before we got him. The breeder, I won't say their name or anything because I'm not that type of person, but they had really great reviews on their website. They had an actual website too outside of Morph Market, so I don't really think it was anything to do with, something being done on purpose, like us being sent a sick snake on purpose, but I think something just happened with him. Either this is a recurring issue with him, maybe due to his age, or maybe he's just had a history of being sick, or maybe because he did use the bathroom during shipment. When we got him, we noticed there was urine and feces in his snake bag. Maybe that had to do with it. We're not really sure. We just want to really try and get him better, because that's got to do with the infertile clutch I mentioned with our female corn snake. If he would have gotten better in time, if he would have never been sick, he would have had plenty of time to be quarantined, and he would have been able to be paired with her, and those infertile eggs that she laid would have been fertile. So that would have been another third clutch of babies that we could have looked forward to this season. So it is very unfortunate that happened, because now these eggs are no good. And that just goes to show you that when you're breeding, whether you're starting out or whether you've been breeding snakes for a while, you're gonna have things happen. You're gonna lose eggs, you're gonna have infertile eggs happen. Like, this is an entire clutch of infertile eggs. And as unfortunate as it is, at least we know that, she lays, and per the Morph Market ad from where I got her from, she also laid an infertile clutch last year. She was not paired last year. The last time she was paired and had a fertile clutch of eggs was 2020. So I knew that going into it, that she hadn't been paired for more than a year, and that last year in 2021 she laid an infertile clutch also. So a lot of times, corn snakes can double clutch. Like, even if you've paired them with a male and they do give you a fertile clutch, they can actually double clutch and give you another clutch of eggs a little bit later. And even if there's no male around, they can still lay an entire clutch of infertile eggs, and you just kind of have to deal with it. So that's what's going on with the corn snakes. We still really hope to be able to produce some baby corn snakes if we can get Dane to get better. But he has to get better, because we cannot put him up here with the other snakes. We can't risk him getting any of the other snakes sick. It just would not be an ethical thing to do, to try and pair him with her while we know he's sick either. So we're just trying to do what's best by him and what's best by our other snakes that we have. And I know some people might have been looking forward to us, doing a little bit more of the corn snakes by now, but unfortunately that's sort of the situation. We are still very excited, because next week, by June 22nd, should be the 55-day mark. Still excited about next week being the week that we hopefully will be able to cut the ball python clutch we've got in the incubator, the 13 eggs, our very first clutch. we're definitely hopeful the next week we'll see an egg or two pip, and we'll be able to do that egg cutting video for you guys and show you what we get. Obviously, when we do the egg cutting video, we'll only be able to cut the eggs open and kind of show you what the body of the snakes look like, the colors and the patterns, and tell you what we think those morph combos are. But the babies have to actually still crawl out of the egg on their own, and then we have to clean them off and everything and set them up in a tub with a wet paper towel and everything, so they can go through their first 2 weeks of life and end up having their first shed before their first meal. So you won't really get to see the babies actually out and about and see what all of them totally look like until the next time we do a video after the egg cutting. The egg cutting is just us revealing what the patterns and colors of the babies look like, because they will still be inside those eggs. So keep that in mind. I don't want you to get disappointed if you haven't ever seen an egg cutting video and you don't know how that works. But we have to do right by the babies. The babies need to be in their egg until they're ready to come out. We don't want to force them out, so definitely keep that in mind. But we are super excited. I just wanted to kind of give you an update on what's going on with the corn snakes. I hope you guys are doing well, and we will see you next week for our next video.